It's curious the things you come across. For instance, we have among the highest incidences of self-harm in Europe, in the United Kingdom. Why is self-harm such a stigma? Why are so many people repelled by it? There's no point in making things like education and social services all inclusive while we have this mindset, this stigma that we've all grown up with. People are given labels like manic depressive, bipolar, and as soon as we hear these labels, something in quite a few of us adjusts how we look at the person. When I was unemployed for a long time, I went to I got myself referred to a psychiatrist to see if there was any psychological root to the fact that I couldn't seem to get or keep a job. And I was told that I had an anxious personality disorder. For a while I was quite pleased to be given, that condition had been given a name, that I'd been given a label. But then after a short while I thought to myself, what does this mean, an anxious personality disorder? Because I thought back, and it had never been any different. So then I realised that I just have an anxious personality. So people with anxiety, etc., it is part of their personality. We shouldn't disregard them as a whole person and just look at the label. I am quite pleased that there are things like Stamp Out the Stigma, because it's getting people to think about it and not just react, and not just say I'm in no way prejudiced, because it is meant to be a bad thing to show that you have any prejudices. There are so few of us who stop to think about our own mental or emotional well-being, our own emotional stability in all circumstances. I'm sure there are many people who have panicked for no rational reason, for example, and also people who say that they're at the end of their tether. The worst thing to do, I think, is to ignore it, to say that how we are is how everyone else is, and therefore measuring everyone else by ourselves. The acceptance of being labelled is also harmful. People could be told that they're dyslexic or hyperactive, and they use that for an excuse not to do things that they want to do, not to rise to challenges, to collapse under them, because they say that I can't do this because society or experts have labelled me so and so. So not only the stigma, but also social and psychological labels are also damaging, because so many people are willing to accept them, and are willing to accept them as being imposed on other people, so that they can categorise other people. We give lip service to the idea of the individual, but we're only too ready to put people into groups